Hi guys, welcome to Finding Your Power Glow. I am Louise, if you haven't had a chance to meet me yet. This practice is going to be a little faster paced maybe than your average flow class. Just as a quick little backstory, my training is in Power Vinyasa, and Power Vinyasa is like quick paced flow basically in a nutshell. We don't have enough time to go into the explanation. So my intention with this class is to do that with you to help you find your power. So there's more than one way that you can find your power. You can find it when you're moving, you're doing stronger movements, or you're jumping up and down and all around your mat. But you can also find it in things that are modified and then just feeling the energy literally flowing through your body. Like that is how you find your power too, when you can just feel that you're alive. And so today, that's what it's going to be all about. We're going to do something that maybe is going to challenge you, and if it does challenge you, don't worry. That's a good thing. That's how you find your power, when you face challenges like right on, head on, and be like, hey, we're going to go at this, that's where you find your power. So that being said, if you do need to skip something, if you need to modify something that I don't offer to you, or if it feels challenging and you're like, oh, I can't do one more, don't do one more. But before you decide not to, before you're like, she gave me permission not to, I do challenge you to ask yourself if you really need to skip one, or if you're just kind of like, I'll just skip one and see what pops up. Because that's another way to find your power, is when that little self-doubt combo comes in, like, oh, I don't know if you can do one more, and you're like, shh, I can do one more, that's power right there. So we're going to start in a little comfortable seat. So you can sit with your legs crossed, you can have a seat on your heels, flip your palms up towards the sky, open your hands up, and then either close your eyes or find a soft gaze on the ground in front of you, so that your eyelids are still soft, even if they're not closed. And then take a big breath in through both nostrils. And a nice long breath out. Good, big breath in. Long breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. And take a moment to come back to your natural breath. Feel your body. Notice what you're sitting with right now without attaching onto it. Just notice it. Be mindful of the physical sensations, the things going on in your mind. And once you have a grasp on what's going on, I want you to leave all of that at the front door of your bedroom door, because those things aren't going to serve you for the next little bit. I'm going to take another breath in and another breath out. And if your eyes, actually keep your eyes closed, and we'll do a little bit of Ujjayi breath. So the constriction of the throat as you inhale and as you exhale. The inhale and the exhale are the same in length, and it's a controlled breath. Sounds kind of like waves rolling in the ocean, or like a little radio. So we'll take a couple of breaths now with those, so that we can use that breath to help us move through our practice today. Good, so constriction of the throat, Ujjayi breath in, Ujjayi breath out. Inhale and exhale. Good, another one. Awesome. Either keep your eyes closed or softly open them. And just look down on the ground in front of you. Bring your fingertips behind you, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And then exhale, reach it over towards the right. Spiral your chest up towards the sky. Inhale to come back. Exhale to lower the hand down. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Exhale and reach it over towards the left. Spiral the chest open. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, lower the hand down. Okay, we'll do that again. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, over towards the right. come back up. And then exhale, lower the hand down. Inhale, hand reaches up, right hand. Exhale, over towards the left. Inhale to come back. Exhale, lower the hand down. Good. Come on to all fours at the top of your mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees, stack them underneath your hips. Tuck your toes for this one and bring yourself to a neutral spine. So you'll bring your belly button slightly in towards your low back so that you're reaching the crown of the head forward, the tailbone back. And then starting from the pelvis, you're gonna tilt the pelvis up towards the sky. That will naturally drop your belly button down and then bring the shoulder blades back, look forward, inhale. Exhale, start the movement with the pelvis. You're gonna tilt it down towards the ground. Bring your belly button in towards your spine and bring your chin in towards your chest. Good, inhale, pelvis begins the movement. Tilt it up, drop the belly button down, heart forward. Exhale, round through the pelvis. Bring the belly button in towards the spine. Tuck the chin in. One more inhale, pelvis tilts up, belly button drops, heart comes forward. And then exhale. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Exhale, float your knees up off the mat. Squeeze the knees in towards one another, look between the hands. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Another inhale. Exhale, float up and back into a downward facing dog. Good. This is your first downward facing dog of the day. You might have to bend your knees a little bit to come a little bit further into your down dog. You want your chin and your chest to come towards your shins. Push into the hands so the legs or the arms are long. Good, and then keep your knees bent if you need to, if you have tight low back or tight hamstrings, or start to straighten the legs. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift once you're there. Exhale and fold, so round the spine to a forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. You're gonna ragdoll your way out of a forward fold. If that doesn't feel good, then you can simply lift up out of your forward fold. Good, so we'll do a couple sun salutations to warm the body up. Inhale, reach both arms up, gaze can follow. Exhale, lift up and over your legs, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fingertips can come on the shins if you need it. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back, step your right foot back into a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward on the toes. Exhale, lower all the way down onto the ground. Untuck the toes, bring the hands out wide. Make little domes with your fingers. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Tuck the toes, hands either side of the rib cage. Squeeze the elbows into the midline. Engage your legs so that your legs lift up off the mat. And then inhale, lift up through your pelvic floor. And then the chest follows, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Another inhale. Another exhale here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Long spine, inhale, circle the hands up towards the ceiling, lift the torso. Exhale, bring your palms together, down to the center of your body, hands to your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach on up. Exhale, fold up and over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the shins if you need it. Exhale, plant the palms, step your left foot back, step your right foot back into a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward on the toes. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes, place the tops of your hands on the mat, and then inhale, you're gonna lift your feet up off the ground. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lift up higher. Maybe the big toes touch and the ankles stay away from one another though. Lift a little higher, point through the toes, inhale. Exhale, lower the legs down. Hands down either side of the ribcage, tuck the toes, engage the legs. And then as you inhale, lift up through the pelvic floor first, then the chest follows, downward facing dog when you exhale. Big breath in. Bigger breath out. Good, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, lift down and forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the hands up. Exhale, bring the palms together, hands to your side, mountain pose. Inhale, reach both hands up, sit back into a chair pose. Tilt your pelvic floor towards the front of your mat so you're long through your low back. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold up and over the legs into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back, step your left foot back to a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower so that your chest comes above the elbows. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over to the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, float your right heel up. Keep your outer right hip pointing down so your hips are square. And then exhale, lightly land the right foot at the front of your mat. Left knee comes down on the mat. You can flip your mat if you need to for a cushioning of your knee. And then bring the hands onto the thigh. Good. Come out of your lunge slightly. Traction your knee forward so that when you traction your knee forward, your belly button comes back towards your spine. Keep your spine where it is. Bend the knee a little bit more. Maybe it's just a tiny bit. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up. Face your palms forward. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Lengthen out the left arm. And then exhale, you come into a side body stretch. Good. And then spiral your rib cage up towards the sky. Both the right rib cage up towards the sky, sorry. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, come out of your low lunge. Come on up to a high lunge. Stay here for the exhale. Good. Reach the left heel back. Outer right hip back, outer left hip forward. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale. Exhale, both hands come down. Step the right foot back to meet the left into a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward on your toes. Exhale, you can lower above the elbows or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, float the left heel up. Outer left hip and toes point down to the ground so your hips are square still. And then exhale, land the left foot at the front of the mat lightly. Right toes come down. Bring the hands onto the thigh as you inhale. Straighten the left leg slightly and then traction your knee away from you so that your belly button comes in towards your spine. Reach the crown of the head up. Stay here, or maybe you bend a little bit deeper, but it might just be a micro movement. If you watch me, I don't go very far here. Stay here, or reach the hands up. Good, face the palms forward. Grab the left wrist with the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, straighten the right arm. Sorry, guys. And then exhale over towards the left. Spiral the left rib cage up. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, another inhale here. Another exhale. And then inhale. Bring your hands back up and then lift up off the right knee. Good. Outer left hip back, outer right hip forward. Reach up and out of your pelvis. So if you don't know what your pelvis is, that's this lovely area that's got your hip joints and your basic, your spine's down here. All of this fun stuff, you're lifting out of there. Good, inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway, maybe lower all the way. Inhale, either upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. Take a moment to really feel what it feels like to breathe in your body. Feel your hands on the mat, feel your feet on the mat. Feel your power, the strength in your body to hold you here. Even if you're shaking and you're struggling, you're still strong. There's still power there. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, you can walk, step, or float your way to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Once you get there, exhale and fold it. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the hands up, chair pose. And then exhale, come on all the way up to mountain pose. Good, close your eyes. Again, just feel the power. Feel how strong you are, physically and internally. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Feel the life flowing through you, your heartbeat. Good, you can keep the eyes closed or inhale, open the eyes and circle the hands up. Exhale, fold up and over the legs into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, float your left heel up towards the sky. And then exhale, bend the right leg, let the left toes land, and then inhale, reach both arms up into a high lunge. And then exhale, bring your left elbow underneath your right elbow. Good, so option, hands can come to shoulders. You can bring the backs of your hands to touch, or you can bring your palms to touch. Whatever variation you are in, lift your elbows up higher, and then pull your elbows away from your face, same with your hands. Find a steady point for your eyes. Steady the breath. We're going to take a breath in here. A breath out to hinge from the hips, lean the chest forward, and then you're going to float the left leg up, coming into an airplane variation. So for this one, you're going to lift up through your chest and you're going to reach back through your left foot. Look forward, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Another inhale, another exhale. Good. Inhale, release the arms, fly. And then exhale, fingertips come down on the ground. Good. If you need blocks, I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the video that you're going to need some. But blocks of your variation of blocks, if you remember day one's video, outer left hip, guide it down. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, let yourself fold towards the right leg. But remember to keep the hips square so that left baby toe wants to reach down towards the ground. Hands can come on blocks, the ground, or maybe a hand or two to your right shin. Breathe. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower the left foot down to the ground. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lift your heart, look down and forward. Exhale, fold again. Inhale to lift. Right heel floats up. Exhale, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, let the right toes land. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, right elbow underneath left elbow. Good. Hands come to shoulders, back of the hands touch, or the palms are reaching. No matter what variation you're in, lift up the elbows and pull them away from your face. Same with the hands. Steady your breath. Forgot to mention on the first side, but if you want to, you can always lower the back knee to come into a low lunge variation. You're going to take a breath in. Exhale, hinge from the hips. And then inhale, float the right heel up. Reach to the right toes, look forward, lift up to the elbow still. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, one more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, release the arms, reach them back, fly. And then exhale, fingertips can come down on the ground or a block if you need them for standing splits. Outer right hip pointed down, right pinky toe wants to reach down to the ground as well. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold as far as you can by keeping the hips square in your standing splits. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot down. Fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, grab opposite elbows. Let your head traction out towards the spine. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your upper body, your torso get really heavy. Good, then release the elbows. Bend deeply into the knees. Inhale, roll all the way back up to mountain pose. Big shoulder roll, palms facing forward, exhale. Close your eyes. And again, just feel your body. Feel the power of breath. Feel how strong, beautiful, and smart you are. Feel how alive you are and how beautiful it is to be alive. Eyes can stay closed or a soft gaze on the ground in front of you. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, fold up and over the legs into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step, or you can flip back to a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway, maybe all the way. Inhale, either upward facing dog or cobra, back bend of choice. Clench your glutes no matter which one you're in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right heel up towards the sky. Exhale, lightly land it at the front of the mat. Keep your left palm on the ground, or you can do a fist with your left hand if you have wrist stuff. And then inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Good, and then as you exhale, you'll straighten the right leg. You'll do a big circle with your hand towards the back of the mat, then all the way forward. Graze the ground with your fingertips, and then inhale, bend the right leg, and then reach the right hand forward and up. So make a big circle with your arm. Exhale, straighten the left leg, left fingertips come back and forward. Inhale, bend the knee, reach the hand up. All the way around as you exhale to straighten the right leg. Good, 2 more, big breath in. Bigger breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Yeah, so you can bring your fingertips down on the ground. If you find it really hard, like if you're like, wow, this is really strenuous and the ground feels far away, grab blocks and come up onto those blocks. So look at my spine. See how my spine's long? We're looking more for this to come out of the pelvis than to come out of the spine. So you can even come here and play with tilting your pelvis in both directions and then get long, think neutral spine. So chest is reaching forward, gaze can come forward and down so that you're not crunching into the vertebrae in your neck. Take a delightful breath in. Take a delightful breath out. Good, inhale again. Exhale again. And 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Bend the right leg. Bring your blocks in front of you. Bring your left palm into the middle of your mat and come onto the pinky toe side of your left leg. So maybe your side plank is going to look like this today, where you have your right foot kind of mid-mat. Maybe you'll stack both feet, but you're going to bring your glutes towards the front of your mat and you're going to lift up towards the sky. Maybe the right hand floats. Maybe the right leg floats. We're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot if it's lifted. Both hands down on the ground, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out of the mouth. Good, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, float the left leg up, outer left toes point down, and then exhale, land lightly at the front of your mat. Come up onto the fingertips, or maybe your fist in your right hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Make a big circle with your arm again. Reach it back, and then all the way forward. And then inhale once you're forward. Hand comes up. Exhale, and around. That's 2. We'll do 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. I think I lost count, but I think we're good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Grab your blocks or whatever you're using as blocks and come up onto them. And then bring the outer left hip back, the outer right hip forward, and play with those pelvic tilts. See what it does for your spine, and find that place where you're reaching your tailbone back, your heart's reaching forward, the crown of the head's reaching forward, and you're nice and neutral in your spine. If you don't know what neutral means right now, that's okay. Just start to think about it. Think about what neutral can mean. What does good posture mean? It means the natural curves of the spine. It doesn't mean a straight spine. What do the curves of the spine mean? The lumbar spine goes one way, the thoracic spine the other, and the neck the other. Which ways do they go? Start to ask these questions so that you can start to dig deeper and learn more about your body, because that is also incredibly empowering when you know what's going on in your body and what to do to nourish it. I think that's probably one of the most powerful things in the world. Good. Bend the left knee, reach the hands forward. Right hand mid-mat. Come onto the pinky toe side of the right foot. Maybe your side plank is the left foot in the middle on this side. Maybe they stack, but you're going to send your glutes forward, lift up. Maybe the left hand reaches up. Maybe the left leg floats. And we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot if it's lifted. Lower the left hand if it's up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, back bend and choice. Downward facing dog on the exhale. And then come into a child's pose. So the big toes can touch and the knees can go wide, or they can kind of come together, or somewhere in between there. And you can either reach the hands forward. Sometimes it feels nice to just let the arms and shoulders droop. Good. And then bring your third eye onto the ground. And take a couple slower but deep, deep, deep breaths here. And while you're here, take a moment to appreciate how you feel right now. No matter what that feeling is, appreciate it. Show it some compassion and love. Good, and then reach the arms forward. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, float your way into a forward fold, and then inhale, halfway lift once you're there. Fold on the exhale. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Bend deeply into the knees, and then inhale, roll on up. Okay guys, so I'm going to demonstrate where we're going next, and then I will actually walk you through it. So I'm going to do it like super fast mode, so don't worry, we're not going to do it that quickly. I just want you guys to see it, so see where we're going, so that as I'm talking you through it, hopefully you can avoid looking at the screen or whatever you're watching this on, and you can just focus on what you're doing and find a steady point forward for your eyes. So what you'll do is, if you don't have 2 blocks, you're going to go find something that works as 2 blocks, and then you'll, again, just watch. I will do no alignment cues for now. I'm just going to show you what our little flow is going to be. So we'll come into Warrior 3, and I'll give you the cues once we're here, and we'll hold it for a couple breaths. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift the leg up, the chest up, and on an exhale, the knee is going to come towards the nose and the nose towards the knee. And then we'll inhale, open, and exhale. And we'll do that a few times. After we've done that a few times, we're going to lift up into a half moon. So your half moon today could be both hands still on the block and the outer hip stacking. Maybe this is where you come. Maybe today the bottom hand lifts up. Maybe it doesn't. And this is where you can stay. So you can stay at any point through this flow. You don't have to go further and further. And then you'll also get the chance to maybe bind, which I'll walk you through that as well. And then from here, we'll square our hips back out, and then we'll come down into a low lunge. Okay? So we'll go from there as well, but that's just what I wanted you guys to see for now. So come to the top of your mat, Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Grab your blocks or whatever you're using as blocks. Place them underneath your shoulders. So you don't want to be reaching for them, but you also don't want to be like rounding through your spine because they're too close to your feet. Just a little further in front. Good. And then from here, inhale, float the left heel up. Outer left hip pointed down towards the ground. Lift the heels high as you can, keeping the hips square. Good. Stay here for a few breaths. Reach the crown of the head forward and then push your foot into an invisible wall behind you. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your foot. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose. If they don't touch, that's okay. Just try and touch. That motion will create strength. Inhale, lengthen. Out and up. Exhale, bring it in for 2. We'll do 5. Inhale. And exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale and open. Stay here or outer left hip, start to stack it on top of the right. Stay here or you can reach the left arm up into a half moon. Good. Flex the left foot no matter what variation you're in and stay for 3 breaths. Okay, option is still to stay here, or you'll bend both knees and come into a little ball. Grab the outer left ankle with your left foot. Okay, step 1 here. Step 2, start to kick the left foot in towards your glute, so it's like you're coming into like a thigh stretch. Next step, stay here, or you can start to bring the outer left hip on top of the right. Stay here, or start to kick the foot up and back and roll the left shoulder open. Wherever you are, we're gonna stay for 3, 2, 1. If you have a hold of the foot, gently release. Good. Left hand comes back down on the mat for everyone. Square the hips out, lower the left toes down. Shimmy the left leg back and come into half split. So you're gonna guide yourself all the way back. Grab your blocks, come up onto the highest setting. Hips come back, good. Flex your right foot, outer right hip back. So we're gonna go into hamstrings here. We're gonna go into split. So I just wanna say 2 things. 1, this class is shorter than what a normal class might be. So if you feel like your hamstrings aren't warm enough to go into splits, do some of this video again, like rewind and watch it again. And the other thing is if you pull a hamstring, it sucks. I've never had it and I'm going out of my way not to, so keep that in mind. It's 3 muscles that are attached to your sit bone, and you know when one of those goes, like it's really, really, really hard to heal, and it takes time. So we're gonna do this in steps, and please be mindful that my split's gonna look different from your split, and your split's gonna look different from someone else that you can't see who's watching this video. So take a breath in here, close your eyes. Take a breath out. Good. Lift the right foot up if you want and slide it forward. Stay. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Know that it's powerful to decide when to not go further as well. If you like, stay here or lift up the left knee and slide it back. Good. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Again, remember, it's power to decide to stay. If you'd like, you can start to slide the right foot forward, the left knee back. Good. Wherever you get, you're going to close your eyes. And we're going to stay here for 10. Full rounds of breath. 9, 8, 7. Flex the right foot. 6, 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. So the way to get out of this is to bring both hands down on the inside of the right leg. And you're just gonna do a big sweeping action back with the right leg. Come to a downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step at the front of the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Beautiful other side, so grab your blocks. Place them just underneath your chest, underneath your shoulders. And then bend, bring a little micro bend to both knees. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Outer right hip points down, right foot is flexed, crown of the head is reaching forward. Stay here for a couple breaths. And inhale, lift your chest, lift your foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Now exhale, bring it in for 2. We'll do 5, inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Good, big breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, lengthen. Stay here, or start to stack the outer right hip on top of the left. Stay here, or start to play with lifting the right arm up into half moon. Whichever you're in, flex your right foot more. And we're gonna stay for 3, 2, 1. Again, stay here. Or bend both knees, come into a tight little ball, grab the outer right ankle. Stay here. Start to kick the foot in towards the heel. Let the knee come back, roll the right shoulder open. Stay here or start to stack the outer right hip on top of the left. And stay here or start to kick your foot into your hand and roll your chest open. We're gonna stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have a full hold of the foot, release it gently. Then everyone bring the right hand back down if it's not there. Lower the right toe down. Bend the right knee, half on them on the other side. Good. Reach the crown of the head up. Close the eyes. Take a couple of breaths. Know that this second side is going to be very different, probably, compared to the first side. Again, know that it's your power. Like, it makes you powerful when you decide that you know you cannot go further or you've had enough or whatever it is. If you'd like, you can lift up the right knee and shimmy it back. Pause. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Again, option to stay here or lift up the left foot and slide it forward. Close your eyes, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Again, option to stay here or you can lift up the right knee and slide it back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Choose to stay and come to that place where you're playing with your edge. Maybe you can sway back and forth. Left foot's flex, close the eyes or soft gaze. I'm going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Blocks off to the side. Hands down inside the left leg. Shimmy it on back. And come into a downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out. Inhale. Bend the knees, look forward. You're going to hop on through to a seat. Bring your legs out in front of you. And slowly lower down onto the ground. Bring the knees in. Left foot down on the ground. Outer right ankle on top of left thigh. Right hand on right thigh. And you're going to push the knee up and away from you. So you're going to try and lengthen the femur bone out of your hip socket. So now, I know thread the needle and I know wanting to catch the leg, but this one we're going to do something different. We're going to use the hand. We're going to self-adjust and push that knee away. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Good. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. And as you exhale, keeping the shape of your legs, you're going to let the right foot come down on the ground over to the left. The arms can come out into a big T, and you can look over the right shoulder, close the eyes even. Keep the foot where it is, or start to lower the inner right knee down to the ground so your legs kind of come into like a little pretzel for your twist. and lower the right foot down. Good, outer left ankle on top of right thigh, hand on the thigh, and you're gonna push your femur bone away from you, out of the hip socket, flex the left foot. Take a couple of delicious breaths. Good, inhale here, or exhale, bring the left foot down out onto the right, and then look over the left shoulder. And if you have the space in your spine or your hips, you can kind of lower the inner left knee down to the ground. Enjoy a few breaths here. Good, and then next, inhale, bring the knees back to center. Give them a squeeze, and you're going to massage your knees, move your knees in circles so you're massaging your sacrum. And then from here, I'm going to invite you that if you need something, take it, but ask yourself if you really need something else, and then land in Shavasana, final resting pose, corpse pose, as soon as possible. Find the power there is in just making a decision. So make the decision to do something else, or make the decision to just land in Shavasana. Palms lift them up. Let the feet fall away from one another. Let your breath slowly start to release. And slow your breath. Notice the breath. Take note of the breath. Bring your attention, your awareness there to the center of your chest and your heart. Find the power that you have inside of you. And you know it's there. It's just a matter of finding it sometimes. As always, I will invite you to stay here for at least 5 more minutes if you can, if you have the time in your day. And you work your way out of this slowly by inviting in more breath and movements and taking your time to sit up when you are ready to leave. Just want to say thank you for practicing with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.